Welcome back to another video. Today we're doing the Florida Gators schedule prediction video, and let's get right into it by starting off with playing Long Island University. It's a FBS school. This should be a warm-up game. The only thing I would want to see in this game is for our offense and defense to be consistent. We should put a lot of points up in this game, and then kind of just start off with some momentum with this being a win. So we start off 1-0. Next game, South Florida. This should be another win. This could be a dangerous game if we don't, get up early before half. And we do have to open up the game early with DJ Lagway, or I think it'll be very interesting to see how Billy Napier will actually play the first half of this game. Because he will either open up with DJ Lagway throwing deep down the field in the first quarter or the first half, or he stick to trying to get our run game going, which is something I want to see really evolve in this season. And really for South Florida, because like I said, this can be a trap game, and we're still a team that's trying to find ourselves. So these type of games could be a little bit like they're like you have to watch it closely because you don't want these type of games to slip away. We know South Florida, they try to get you uncomfortable very fast. They're a young team with young defenders, really. And also, I want to see us execute a lot better in the red zone. We have to watch out for South Florida's trick plays. You know they love that. That's really that for them for that game, really. So I think we do go 2-0. But like I said, I really want to see our red zone execution, because last season we struggled really bad in that game. Not in that game, but in the season. So I do want us to get that win and then just kind of take care of business. If we could win the first two games by a blowout, that would be amazing. Going into our third game against LSU, and this is a shaky game. I don't know. I say it's a loss, but I will say this game could be a real test for us. And granted, I do want to go into that game undefeated, but LSU is going to be a real challenge because this is on the road, and we have to control the game early. I think that's one thing we have to do. We have to be able to run the ball to slow down LSU's front and get them tired so we can start taking shots down the field and then picking away at their secondary. And offensively, our offensive line definitely has to protect Lagway. And we know LSU, they like to blitz a lot from different multiple looks, from safety, linebacker, corner. They blitz with everybody. So we have to watch out for that. We have to protect Lagway. He has to get the ball out quick. He can't let LSU force him into long third down situations because they're definitely going to blitz. Defensively, we have to keep Nussmeier from taking deep shots, keep plays in front of him, force field goals, and kind of just keep, like I said, for someone like them, for the quarterback that they have, keep everything in front of him. Let him walk you down the field. Don't just let him get big plays from like deep shots. And granted, we're going to probably play a lot of man against them. But I'll just have us sit in the zone and see if he could try to, that keeps everything in front of you, and then also that limits him from taking those deep shots, and just let him kind of work his way down the field. By the way, I don't know what my voice sounds like this. It's probably because I just woke up too. So yeah. Next game, University of Miami. I'm going to this game. I need us to win. I don't like They beat us last year at our home, blew us out actually. I need us to win this. It's personal. Like I said, I do think this is a win. So far we'll be 3-1. I think in this game we can't let Carson Beck get comfortable. We have to establish our run game early. Do something that Ole Miss and Alabama did pretty good with Carson Beck, and that will show him different looks. I'm sorry, chat. It show him different looks and slow down their run game. Like Mark Fletcher, we can't have him have like we can't let him get over. He'll get over 80 yards. No, he can't. We can't let him get over 80 yards. He can't have 100 yards. We can't let him have that. We have to slow. We have to just slow their game down in general. And we also can't turn the ball over. We have to force turnovers, but we cannot turn the ball over. We can't give too many possessions. Almost Carson Beck. He's almost similar to Nussmeier. Keep everything in front of him. Don't give him the deep ball looks. I think something Ole Miss was really good at doing with Carson Beck when they played. They took away the deep shots and kind of kept everything in front of them and slowed down his game. We also have to sack Carson Beck. We have to get there. Really, I feel like defense is going to be a big thing of this game because I feel like our offense can score. I'm not worried about our offense. Defense is what I'm more concerned about going into this game. But I do think it's going to be a close game and a good game, but I do think we're going to win in the end. Because I think right now we have probably the best talented team in the whole state of Florida. And I do think this is a Gators team that can make a playoff run. You know, I think so. And I really do think they can do it. So we'll be 3-1. Going into playing Texas, they come to Gainesville. We know what happened last time we played them. We got blown out. We didn't have DJ Lagway. Hopefully, going into this game, we have him this time. But the difference is Arch Manning is going to be starting. I do think this will be a loss because as of right now, we don't know what Arch Manning is fully capable of. We've seen glimpses, and those glimpses have been pretty good. This is a very physical and fast defense, and they have a lot of ball hawks on this team. And they know how to force a lot of turnovers. So this is a team that is going to be very hard to beat. And I already think Texas is going to be the team to beat. At least top 5 teams to beat this year. And as of right now, I don't see us beating them. Just because I don't know what to fully expect from someone like Arch Manning yet. Their offense is going to offense, of course. They have a strong offensive line. And like I said, their defense is fast and physical. They have the SEC type defense that everybody talks about. And also they're out recruiting everybody. So it's like they're going to continue getting those type of players. So I do think we lose that one when we go to 3-2. Texas A&M. Now, we go on the road to Texas A&M. I do think we beat Texas A&M this time. Marcel Reed, he's starting to actually look pretty solid. But like I said, I think with this whole new DJ Lagway taking over, a lot of games that probably weren't winnable before are going to be winnable. And I like us against Texas A&M. So far, Texas A&M hasn't shown me anything from last year. They showed that in tight games they couldn't really close out. And Marcel Reed he's still inexperienced. Granted, that's probably going to change a lot this year because this game is more later into the season. So, because I do think when we play them, we'll probably both end up still being ranked. So, now we move to 3-2. Let's see, we'll be ranked. If we move to 3-2, I'd say we either be unranked or like 25 or 24. Going into that Texas A&M game, I do think Texas A&M will be ranked that game. But I do think that's the win we're going to pull off. Move to 4-2. And then move to Mississippi State. And we should blow the brakes off of Mississippi State. Now, I know they did get Todd Rodemaker, the quarterback for Florida State, because he transferred to Mississippi State. To be honest with you, he's not going to help them. Mississippi State has been losing recruits like crazy. Nobody's going. Well, granted, they have to not only are they trying to recruit inside the SEC, they have to out-recruit Ole Miss, and they can't do that. So they don't really have any type of leverage over us. This should be an easy game, easy W. That makes us go to 5-2, and then the big game of Georgia, which is going to be a tough game, like an absolutely tough game, and Gunnar Stockton is going to be their starting quarterback. You still have their wide receivers. I'm trying to think. It's not Aaron Bell. It's something Bell, who was really good for them. and he's actually going to be really good this season because he's going to have to step up a lot because Georgia's lost a lot, especially defensively. They lost a lot. Because I'm going to be honest with you, I don't think Georgia's going to be that good defensively this year. They're still going to be that Georgia defense, but you have to think about it. They lost a lot of players. Kirby Smart is going to keep them on that mindset that we're going to be one of the best defenses in the country. And it's really just their front. Like their D-line is usually what helps them get there. Their linebackers are also really good. It's just their secondary. But they have KJ Bolden, someone at safety. They have corners. So I think this could be a year where their secondary is like, for a first time in a while, where their secondary is going to be better than their D-line. And I think in this game we do beat them. I think we really see a Florida turnaround this season. And I really think we can pull it off. Now, y'all probably gonna call me crazy. But guess what? We can pull it off. Cause I feel like a lot of teams have taken a step back. And I'm gonna do a whole separate video on all like a couple of teams and just do like my whole kind of explanation of college football and stuff like that, with my personal opinions about certain teams and all that. But I do think we beat Georgia, which I think will be a close game and a high-scoring game. And I do have DJ Lightwood being a Heisman finalist by the end of the season. I'm not saying he's going to win the Heisman, but he's going to be a Heisman finalist. And we'll move to 7-2. Now we got Kentucky. Easy blowout. We should blow out Kentucky. Kentucky hasn't been the same since, like, I don't know when. Easy game against Kentucky. And they've definitely lost since, like, last time I think we played them. We played them, we played them last year when we had blew them out. I was thinking of the time we had played them when they had Ray Davis still at running back. That's what I was thinking of. But, we'll blow out Kentucky. That's easy. We'll move to 8-2. Ole Miss. Oh, this is going to be an interesting game. Ole Miss, they have a new starting quarterback in Austin Simmons. And he was redshirted his first year. This will be him starting his freshman year, technically. Of course, he's taking over for Jackson Dart. You have Caden Lee, the wide receiver, who's going to get a lot more targets because he's got to step up. Their defense is very physical. They're not that fast. They're very physical, though. No, I wouldn't say that. They are fast. Their D linemen are fast. Like, they have D tacklers who are really fast. They have an SEC type defense. I don't know why I keep trying to explain it that type of way, but it's an SEC. Like, if you play any team in SEC, their defense is going to be physical and fast. So, Lane Kiffin, who I thought was gonna, I thought when we were gonna fire Billy Napier was gonna come take over for Florida, and hopefully maybe in the future, if Billy Napier, who has a talented team this year, if he doesn't do anything with this team in the next 2 to 3 years, he won't have a job. And that's not even me hating. That's just me being honest. And hopefully Lane Kiffin gets the job. If not, I don't know who would actually get it. I don't even know who I would go out there and get. But yeah. We could beat Ole Miss. I'm very confident we could beat Ole Miss. The only teams that worry me on my schedule really is Georgia, Texas, and LSU. Because next we'll move to 9-2. No, 10-2. Oh no, I'm bugging. 9-2, my bad. Because then after the Ole Miss, we got to play Tennessee. And we know how Tennessee's whole situation going with Nico transferring to UCLA. It was about money at first, but then they said it wasn't about money. Because recently, actually, I just saw a clip where they said his dad he went to Coach Hackett and told him, like, yo, if you don't get better players around my son, we're going to dip. And he told him this before playoffs. And supposedly they didn't see any change coming into this season, so they're like, yeah, we're going to transfer. Which, that was such a stupid move, because all you did was take him to a worse school in UCLA. in a way tougher conference. Because let's be honest. Right now, the Big Ten, I get mixed up between the Big Ten and the Big 12. But with Oregon, Ohio State, which Ohio State still has a talented team, still has one of the most talented teams coming back into this year. They had the most talented team last year. They won a national championship. You sent your son to me, as of right now, a tougher conference with Oregon, Ohio State, Michigan, Indiana. Like, that's just to name a few in there. I'm forgetting somebody. I know I am. But that was just not a smart move. I'm not gonna lie, and Tennessee has kind of dug themselves a hole because they lost a lot of players to the transfer portal, to the draft. So it's like you need to find a quarterback to come replace him. I think Tennessee's gonna have a down year, but I think they're gonna bounce back very quickly because they're gonna probably get a transfer next season or a recruit. So it's like I'm not really too worried about them, but I think this will be a down year for them, and I think we do take advantage of that and beat them. And they got to come to the Swamp. So, yes, we moved to 9-2 after beating Tennessee, and then the last game of the season, the most game I'm hyped for between other than the game, is Florida State, because you see me do my video on Florida State. I have a lot to say about Florida State. They are a team that I think is going to make a bowl game. That's really all they have to do to kind of bounce back from what happened last year. They went 2-10 last year. I don't think they are good enough, though, to beat us again yet. It's going to be a minute until they beat us again. And I think the only thing going into this game we have to watch out for is the read pass option. And we have to keep Tommy in the code. I'm not going to try to pronounce his last name because I know I'm going to butcher it. Keep him in the pocket. Force him to be a passer. Force him to be a decision maker. Their defense is going to be way tougher. But if we could run the ball and kind of pick away at their defense and kind of walk them down the field, I'll be happy with that. Because people think DJ Lagway is a quarterback who not only throw the deep ball, but he's a quarterback who could walk you down the field if it's with his legs or just using his arm. So, Grant, I think it's going to be an interesting game because they come to us. That's another thing, too. They have to come to the Swamp. And we're kind of known for putting belt to Florida State anyway. So, I do think we do win this game. And I think it's going to be a close game. I think Florida State, of course, always is going to be, it's a rivalry game, so it's always going to be just one of those intensity games. But I think for the next 3 to 4 to 5 years, we're going to have Florida State's number. And we go to 10-2, because like I said, Florida State, like I said, all they have to really do is when I do their schedule prediction video, I kind of talk about it more, but like they just have to get to a bowl game. If they can get to a bowl game, they made up for what happened last year. Like, especially, like, if they win, let's say they go 8-3, because I'm going to go over their schedule and go more in detail, because I got to take a good look at it. I know this video kind of seemed all over the place, but I got to do my stuff better. We going to get there, chat. But like I was saying, it's like my thing with Florida State is, like, you just have to make a bowl game. You have to get to where... Because think about it, if you're Mike Norvell, I can't be looking at national championship or any playoff type of situation until I get my team back on the road to where I want them to be. Let's start with bowl game. Next season, it should be ACC championship. I should be able to have enough recruits. Try to maybe use the transfer portal again, get another quarterback, or try to get the quarterback that's behind Tommy ready. Because next year you'll be looking at another bowl game season or ACC championship. It should be nothing. It should be either that or something higher. This season is bowl game. It's just bowl game. You can't. If you get higher, if you go past the expectations of a bowl game, you made the ACC championship somehow. Boom! Congratulations. Do I think they make the ACC championship game? No, not at all. I think it's going to be Clemson and maybe I don't know. I have to see how Carson Beck plays. A lot of I'll see how the season goes. Like after the first 3 to 4 weeks, really. Everybody knows after the 3 or 4 weeks, but really the first 2 games for me, for a lot of teams, will tell me how their season's gonna go. Cause especially for someone for Florida State. It's just leave it at Florida State. Someone like them, that would tell me how their season's gonna go. It's harder because we saw how their season could have went last year when they had Cam Ward. They collapsed at the end because they had to play competition, and then that competition exposed them for who they really were. So, going back to Florida State, your goal, bowl game. There's nothing higher than that. And those games they're gonna be in, the rivalry games with us and they're gonna try to win. To be honest, they have a higher chance of beating than they do us. Cause like I said, people don't realize how back and forth is as a team. As a football program, if you go back and watch their games, you don't realize how back and forth of just like a team they are. 1 week they look like they can win everything. They can win the national championship, everything. You go in the next week, they look like they don't deserve to be a D1 school. So it's you have to take it week by week if you're Florida State. So you just have to take it week by week. So I don't know if y'all can hear me because someone had called my phone, but yes. I think the Gators, going back to the Gators before I get off track, I think we go 10-2. We make the SEC championship game, and it go forward from there. So there's a quick little video. I might go more in depth with Florida again somewhere throughout the season. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll see you guys Friday because I have to upload the Jacksonville Jaguars. We'll do them, and then I'll do UM and Florida State next week. But yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll see you guys next time. Have a very, very blessed day.